silly sort of thing, but the spirit, like the people who get it, it's just like the most wonderful thing. Like people have made mods of games and sculptures. There's like all this fan art and fiction and all these wonderful things that people make, and it brings people together in a fun way, and that's what I'm really the bigger feeling behind it. So that leads us to PAX 2014. We had, at this point, there was a bunch of people who already had the game, just hundreds of thousands, and they were wondering, what's going to happen with this. And there were folks who already knew about it. There were folks cosplaying, and we still get dressing up like sodas and stuff. And these are wonderful people. They came out and to have some fun. And so we had a big announcement we wanted to share with everyone. And that's just coming up for Xbox One, which is crazy. So it's like. And it's really, thank you. And it's so exciting because you can now play with the Kinect, and it's amazing with it. You can stand in front of your TV and it measures. You can bring it in and out, and you can go like this, and it's really cool. And so you can thank my brother for that one too. He's here. But yeah, it's really exciting. So now there's soda customizations. There's where you can change the condensation on the cup of the soda. You can do all these things, and you can change the emotional intensity of the soda. And, it's important because a lot of the simulators didn't have this. So we get all this stuff from people, and they say, we need this, and so we wanted to really make sure that we could accomplish, what people needed. And so what's this all about? So this is the character from Soda Drinker. This is Vivian Clark, and I'll show you a demo of this in a sec. But it's about having fun, and there's no rules to this, and there's no enemies or anything. It's kind of like you bring your own fun to the game, and so that's kind of what we're going for with it. And if you would like, I'm happy to show you some of the new stuff that's not out yet. So let's try this here. So, let's see. There should be some music. Oh, is the slider on? Yeah! So, level 1 at the beach. A lovely place to drink soda. And so as you can see, you move in real time. You can look around. We're at the beach here. We spared no expense in the graphics. You can see the fluid dynamics in the cup. Now, a beautiful lighthouse. It makes its way throughout the rest of the game through different references to the lighthouse later on in the game. And you might see that a bit later. But I think I'm going to stand by this rock. And that's the nice thing about this sort of game, is you can just take a little sip, or you can do like extreme moves if you want to do some Tony Hawk stuff. Now you'll also notice another thing. There's a cursor on the screen, and the reason we kept that there is because a lot of people, when we didn't have it, they weren't sure if they were in a simulation or not. So they were getting stuck in here, and would become dehydrated. So we added it in there to make sure that they could, know that this isn't real life. You're not at the beach right now. You need to make sure that you stay safe in a simulation. So as you can see, the 2 button. This is the place to the mouth. That's a sip. But what we're going to do is get a bonus soda. Sometimes what I like to do is just get kind of close to one and circle it a little bit, and then get it. So I just like to stand here. Actually, you can do like that's basically like virtual reality. So like now I'd like to remind you, there's over 100 of these levels. You can drink a soda inside of a human mouth. in jail, in the sewer, on the goat ranch. And we had goats in this game way before Goat Simulator. A lot of people wonder if that's related. This came out way before. You can drink a soda in a dark room with a white tiger. A lot of the places that people have asked for sodas. We can actually get this one of soda. I guess if that one doesn't want to be got. Sometimes they won't let you. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in this creepy house.
Oh my god.
And so this is the secret world inside of it. This is actually 10 times bigger than the entire game itself. And it's only accessible through the second level of Soda Drinker Pro.
It's like the cow.
Exactly. So you start out as a raindrop, and whatever you land on, you count. So I can just cruise down here. I'm going to land on this bird. And so now I'm bored. A bird. But I bump into this guy, and he says, "Hey, what are you doing over here?" It's a little cut off on the screen because of resolution, so I'm going to say, "I'm exploring." So he's like, "Well, go to space." So he sends me to space. Oh, but that guy just ate me. So now I'm him. So he's a cool, nice guy. If I get all these watermelons, yeah. Oh, but I died. So this guy ate me, so now I'm the ghost of the raindrop that I started out as. But say if I wanted, in all these frames represent the places I haven't been yet. But you can see, I became a bird, then I went to space, then I became the starman, and then I ate a watermelon, and then I'm gonna go into the fire, evaporate, go back to the sky. And then I'm a little cloud. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see, maybe a bug maybe, or maybe a little portal. There's one there. I don't know if I get it, but if I get all these clouds, I'll become a little bit bigger. So depending on what you do in all of these worlds too, it's going to change how the other worlds work. And there's hundreds of them, and they can all change all this other stuff. So I want to be a snake in a hot air balloon watering plants. And so you can't really see it because it's cut off on the screen. Depending on which plants I water, it's gonna. So I just watered this weed. So now I'm gonna be this like fish who's living in the weeds and shooting hearts at this guy who's attacking me. But if I shoot him enough, they'll say, "Now we're friends." So he pulls me out of the world to escape from this guy who's chasing me. Let's see what happens next. So it's basically a million worlds interconnected with each other, and there's more of like, actual things you gotta do in the game. But you can play it a couple ways. You can kind of just like have fun and just cruise around in the worlds, or you can like, do the mission stuff. But it's let's see if we can beat this. So myself and there's a couple other artists that work with Matt Mazzone and Nicole Donovan did some of the artwork also. So, but this level, I did all those ones. And Matt and Nicole are wonderful artists. Nicole, she's got a bunch of stuff in the galleries around the area, and same with Matt. So they're two of my favorite artists. And the music is done by Scott Levesque, who's the singer of the band Wheat, which is one of my favorite bands. So we go into this house, we fly away. And now we're just going to cruise around here for a sec, fly some of this stuff. And this level's not done yet, so nothing really happens. Because the game's not done. But it's getting there. And so in a second, it's going to just switch over to something else. And we'll get these switches. He's like kind of like a cool coconut guy or something, or yeah, he's nice. Yeah. So So this level's really hard, and I've never played it on a projector, but but we'll try it one more time. Well, I just reset it, but so that's the game. So I just want to say thanks for watching.
As if you're unconcerned.
Yeah, two quick questions.
Yes.
One, why can't I drown?
Drown in soda drinker?
Yeah.
Oh, because there's liquid in the soda, and it kind of evens things out.
And the second question is, why isn't it Pop Drinker Pro?
Well, we have looked into localization for that. We're based on like the IP addresses of like where you're at. The tricky part is in some parts of the country they also call it Coke. So say a lot in like Texas and stuff, you could be drinking a ginger ale. They'll be like, you want a Coke? And we don't want to get into trademark issues and stuff. But we are thinking about it. It's something we're keeping. Yes.
If we extrapolate your love of soda to a love of other fizzy beverages, is the Beer Mile game next?
Well, there's actually a rumor started by the Wall Street Journal online. You can check it out. One of the writers from there was like, so the fellow's making Beer Drinker Pro next. And I think it's a great game to play in real life, but I don't know if we have plans on doing it in
There's a
digitally
difference
yet.
between Beer Drinker and Beer Mile.
Oh, Beer Mile.
Both the women's and men's record for the Beer Mile has recently been broken.
Oh,
so
well, we gotta check it.
thought.
I gotta check it out. There's some amazing speed runs of this, so maybe we could combine the two. Yes.
So, and this is going to be a nerdy question, but we are at NerdNite.
Yeah.
From the initial soda drinker, the initial one, to the incarnations that are now, what type of languages were you coding in? How much of it was you versus how much were you farming out to your brother or your friends or sorts of people that know stuff that you don't know?
Yeah, so I mean, that's a great question. The initial one was Python and Blender game engine. So, and then from there, when we did it in Unity, it wouldn't be possible without Raymond. So like he it's all .NET stuff, and any of this stuff I didn't know, which is like the majority of it in the beginning, is all him. So yeah, it's and also we had to, like, there's like space levels in the game. We had to consult with like NASA people to be able to make sure that like what would the soda actually do in space, things like that. It's like we want to make sure it's really accurate. So.
And how long? I'm a journalist, and it takes me like maybe a day or two, if not a week, for people to respond to me. How long did it take for you to get NASA to respond to you on that?
It was a tough one. I actually got introduced to just through Neil deGrasse Tyson through Jackson Galaxy, because there was cats inside of the game. So I'm just starting rumors here because the crossover project that Jackson Galaxy is doing with Neil deGrasse Tyson about space cats. But what?
Is any of this real?
I'm just gonna like throw a smoke bomb and disappear in 10 seconds. But yes.
So now it was for Xbox One.
Yes.
And what other platforms can you play it on, and what are the next platforms to play it on?
Yep, so Xbox One isn't out yet, but early 2015, and it's available now for PC, Mac, and Linux. The version of Vivian Clark that you saw in there isn't available in there yet, but basically anyone who has it is going to get it for free. And but it's PC, Mac, Linux, and Android. And actually, Benjamin there has some cards if any of you want it. And if you go to the Facebook page for this event, I'll drop some free download codes in there because you guys are awesome. So
Nice.
Sweet.
So I like to keep it pretty even. I think it's important not to overdo it on the soda, but I do love carbonated water, and I also there's some soda things that are coming out that I can't say yet, but it's going to be pretty cool in the soda world. Yes.
Follow-up question. So you mentioned ginger ale. Do you know that the new Wegmans in Burlington sells burners? Have you had burners?
I haven't. I gotta check it out. Yeah, I love ginger ale, so that's great. Yes.
Burners will change your life.
Awesome.
Is
What's
there
your
a particular soda brand or soda product that you found inspiration inspirational in
Yeah,
the
my-
creation of this game?
My favorite is bonus sodas. You know, those are the ones that are very good for you. So,
All right, so we are gonna, well, hold on, you haven't asked a question yet, Barbara, so you can go ahead.
Have you ever been approached by corporate sponsors for
Yes.
this game? And
Yep.
what do you say?
Yeah, I say, well, you know, I'm glad you're going with the Premier Soda Simulator, and so we're talking. Well, we have some announcement related to that, and it's not what you might expect, but it's totally awesome, and it's like, it's so neat. Actually, Moxie sent me a case of soda like last month. They were like, and they did a little piece on it. I love Moxie, but I love all of it. You know, they're all good. It's like, but bonus sodas are really good. So you'll find out about those later.
All right. Okay, guys, thanks very much. Will is going to stick around. You can buy him, I'm assuming, a soda. That was an easy joke. You can buy him whatever he wants to drink. But the Nerdy Fest, the talks are over, but Ben's going to play more music. You're free to hang out. You don't have to go home. And you can also stay here. Please tip the hell out of Danny and other folks at the bar. Thank Dave at the door. Dave has been great to us while we've been here. Just want to say thanks to Dave and Nate and the whole crew of Middlesex. They've been wonderful. They've been a wonderful home for us for the last 5 years. Getting a little sad. That was a fake sniff. I'm an asshole. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and thanks to the Middlesex.